Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Crystal with a C. Back at you with another video, but if you're new to my channel, you just happen to click on welcome. I try to put out 1 or 2 videos a week. I do sit downs, reviews, reactions, vlogs, and so if those, if any of that interests you, make sure you check out my prior videos on my channel. And if you see anything you like before you leave, make sure you subscribe. So today, you guys, I'm continuing on in my reaction. So you see I do have my onesie on. So I am going to be reacting to The Gifted Season 2 episode 13 called Tempted. So I just finished up watching episode 12 and it was really good. Episode was called Home. And man, there was just a lot of L's, a lot of losses on the I feel like all season of Underground been having L's. They've been having losses. Really, the only win for them, I guess you could say it was a win, but it involved Lorna and Andy, was when they recovered John. And that was only really with the assistance of Lorna, Andy, and kind of their resources with the inner circle. I'm trying to think of any other like actual wins they've had this season, but so they've been taking like really a lot of hits. They've been finding out information, bits and pieces here and there, but they really haven't made any ground against the inner circle. Now, they did find out, but that was again with Lorna's help, as far as Benedict Ryan having something to do with Reva Page. And so, Lorna was involved with that as well. So they did find that out. And then Caitlin took it upon herself to take Lauren with her, and they were going to go to her brother last episode and find out if he could ask around Homeland Security about Benedict Ryan. I just don't even want to say it because it just sounds stupid coming out of my mouth. Like, why would you do that? Like, if you sat down and thought about anything, like, why? Caitlin's my least favorite character on the show. I feel like none of her ideas work. None of them make sense. I get her motivations in some things, but I just feel like at the end of the day, she's very naive, very naive, and I don't know what to say about Caitlin. Like, I know some people really don't like Andy. I at least get Andy. He's still a child. I get his drives and motivations and even his emotional tantrums and all that. I get it. I just don't understand from an adult perspective, like, what's going on with you, Caitlin? What's really good? How come you don't listen to nothing nobody tell you? I don't understand. So you had that go on. That ended badly, as Caitlin's plans typically do. It ended badly. Then you had Reed kind of looking into Fenris, and then his powers starting to act up and come back. And so kind of wonder if they'll explore that a little bit more in this episode and see what happens with that. John is just, he's like rock bottom, and John is just really trying to keep everything together. He said in that previous episode before that he was just really scared since he lost Pulse, he lost Dreamer, of losing Clarice, and now he's essentially lost Clarice. And so it's just really sad. I hate that for John, but I feel like they will get back together, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like Clarice gotta level up. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, she's helped them on missions and she's done things. I'm not saying that her contribution has not been, she's had a very great contribution to the team, to the Underground. But I feel like her attitude, like, you can do things, but your attitude still not be right. And so I just feel like her attitude and her energy does not match John's. So even if she's there and she's present, still, like, she's still gonna be, and I think to a certain extent, John needs that in his life. He does need somebody to balance him out and to like help him to not go head first and be impulsive with a lot of things. John needs that. Let's not get it twisted. John does need that. He needs a little bit more restraint. But at the end of the day, like, that this man is driven. That he is a right fighter. He's going to try to do what he can to win this fight. He's going to get in the fight. He does not care if he loses. He just has to fight. That's just in him to do. So if your energy is not there, y'all gonna have problems, and essentially it's now come to a head where they're now having these issues. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop with my recap there because a lot of things happened last episode. I want to go ahead and get into this reaction because I don't want to run out of space on my phone. Oh goodness. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna see you on the other side with my review and observations, and I hope you enjoy. Bye, guys.
Once she gets to Flint, she'll know what to do.
We don't know if she...
Oh, so she's the traitor.
How did you know where she was crossing?
Because how...
What did you do?
Okay, it makes a lot more sense now.
Sentinel services. They caught me 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
That was insane.
Nice trick.
Yeah, you just gotta rub things the right way.
I bet.
Maybe I could show you sometime.
When you're dreams.
Oh.
And Marcos. It was worth it.
Well, you can't go back.
Building plans. The White House.
What?
Pentagon. Sentinel Services headquarters. The Capitol. Max can turn those buildings into explosives.
Of course, the plan is to wipe out the entire government?
Let's go! Hurry! Get down from there!
There they are! The news!
Mason! Grab her! The only thing that matters now is that we get her to a hospital.
Think we can do it.
What are you talking about? She's dying.
She's a
Yeah, she
fugitive.
can't go to the
If we
hospital.
take her to a human hospital, she'll be arrested in minutes and compromise our entire community.
I'm so sorry to just come in like this. Okay, so I need your help. A friend of mine in the tunnels. She was shot. Can you come with me? Don't they have doctors?
No, they ain't got no doctors.
There's a guy, but he's in way over his head. She needs you.
The Morlocks are mutant separatists. You can't just take a human down there.
She's dying. And if anyone has a problem with it, they can take it up with me. Caitlin, please, she doesn't have much time.
Lauren, we discussed this, and I told you to put that thing away.
It's just music.
No, it's more than that.
It is more than that. And I am worried that it's making you feel
It
worse.
is.
Actually, it's comforting in a way. Reminds me that all of this has been a part of our family for a long time.
Oh.
The song that plays in that box is the story I just told you set to music. It's called The Earl King. And I didn't think about it at the time, but I think my dad was trying to warn me.
About what?
About the darkness that exists in our family.
Darkness. Dad, you're talking about something that's in my DNA.
I'm sorry, but you can't be here. You don't belong. You should go back to your own people.
Everyone I know is a mutant, including my family. Don't tell me who my people are.
We cannot have a human down
Well,
here.
you're gonna have one less mutant if I don't stop the bleeding.
You're back.
This needs to stop. I'm never joining the inner circle.
Whoa, just
Whoa, whoa.
I was wrong, okay? I don't want to fight you anymore.
Then what do you want?
I just want you to be happy. Do you remember what it was like when we were kids? How connected we were? I miss that.
Yeah, she does too.
Me too.
Play on her emotions.
So do I. This is a dream. We can do anything.
We want here. Can't we just
Let go.
be ourselves? What do you say?
No, you can't be yourself. No. Dreams are becoming reality. No. Oh, Lord, don't do it. So I wonder if she can see the truth, though, when she touches that. That's not really Andy.
Inner circle and the purifiers, that place is trash. Trashed or not, it's our only option.
Fine. Blink and I will get whatever you need.
I need to go with you.
Out of the question. It's far too dangerous.
Well, I need to isolate Marcus's platelets and mix them with an antiplasmin in a centrifuge. And I am guessing you're not a pharmacist and a post-apocalyptic pirate.
If we run into trouble, you have no powers. We can't have dead weight.
Dang.
I may not have an M on my face, but I can take care of myself.
Now, you ain't been taking care of yourself, really, though.
Lauren! You're not in the joint anymore. No one here is gonna mess with your stuff.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'll leave you to your family's squabble. There might be something I can do. When I was a kid, I used to get into my school's computer, change my grades.
I didn't know you could do that.
Not some kind of hack or anything, but computers are magnetic, and sometimes I can feel my way through simple stuff, like a password that's entered all the time. I'm gonna see what I can do. Get back to you when I can.
All right, just be careful.
Yeah. We have to get out of here. Just bring the stuff. This stuff doesn't work that way. I can't leave until it's finished.
You can't afford more casualties.
Well, then you go. I'll come when it's done.
I'm telling you, there's someone in there. He's behind.
Now can we go? Not without her.
I'm fine. Let's go.
You don't know what it feels.
Yes, I do. Because I felt it too.
What do you mean?
I wasn't honest with you. When we got the music box from Dr. Lizzie, it wasn't the first time I'd seen it. I found it as a boy in our attic. I was drawn to it. Like you. The story I told you, my dad wasn't warning me about the darkness calling to me. Because he knew I already liked it. And I think I can help you. I don't think so, sweetheart. You see, my guess is
I think you're forgetting who you're talking to. I am Polaris. My father was part of the inner circle before it even was the inner circle. Around here, that makes me royalty. So if you're gonna run your mouth, you better have a lot more than a guess. You don't have to say it. I'm leaving. I was never here.
that's not. I wanted to give you something before you go. Much better.
Thank you.
That's sweet. I'm gonna have to watch that girl up when I get home, you know.
Everything that it knows. I wanna wake.
What are we doing?
I wanna wake. I wanna wake
What's happening?
You said she was coming. Where is she?
I don't know. Something's changed. I can't feel her anymore.
We're gonna go for a drive. All right. Okay. Stay calm. Just gonna put my seatbelt on. Slowly. Okay.
Well, done killed the man. Oh, Marcos. Wow. So that's what I'm saying. He talked about, I just need to put my seatbelt on. What you need to put your seatbelt on for? Like, I mean, he don't seem like the type that's really concerned about, safety first. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that was another really good episode of The Gifted season 2. And the episode was called Tempted, which you definitely saw that here, especially with Lauren and what was going on. And I just think it was really good. I like this episode just like for Reed to kind of be more honest with Lauren about, what he went through versus what she's going through. And I felt like Lauren needed that as opposed to her mom keeping telling, like, her mom who keeps telling her, like, yeah, keep pushing, go further. We can get Andy back, but not concerned about what is it doing to her. And so Reed really needed to have that one-on-one time with Lauren. And so I felt like this episode, like, really made, like, Reed and Caitlyn shine individually. Because Caitlyn, like, essentially once the girl, got shot from the Morlocks, immediately you're like, okay, Caitlyn, you can do something right. You can do something for this girl here. So, that was really good. And even just more than Caitlyn just helping that girl, it really kind of helped, like, Erg release some of his prejudices as it relates to humans. And you find out from the flashback that essentially he's the one that trusted that human girl, I think Patricia, and he was in love with that girl and she ended up betraying him. And that's why he's never really trusted. He's never trusted the humans. He doesn't want to live above ground with the humans. And so he developed that kind of separate community because he doesn't want peace with the humans. He feels like they can't be trusted. And now he's met Caitlyn, who essentially her whole family are mutants, except for her, she's still human. And so she's has just as much invested in this fight as he does in the Morlock. So, he really got the opportunity to release some of those prejudices and really trust her as, she helped this girl to live, essentially. You didn't see any Reva in this episode. You do see where, the three of them were working together to try to complete this mission. So now that does put the mission on a halt since I'm guessing that he's dead. He blew up in that car that Marcus was able to get out of. So that kind of puts a damper on the mission that Reva's planning if there's just the two of them and you need three of them to complete the mission. So that's really actually good. That's the only good thing that really came out of it. They still don't know what the mission is, but at least now you've really kind of sidetracked the mission, whatever they're trying to accomplish, because now that guy's no longer in the picture. So the other aspect of it too is, I don't know, I just felt like this was a really good episode, and it really did kind of help again for Reed and like Caitlyn to go their separate ways and Caitlyn to go off on the side mission helping Patrice and the Morlocks, and then also Reed and John trying to hunt down Lauren, because at least they were able to do that. And then you saw how the triplets were using Andy to speak to Lauren and to try to get her to come over to the dark side. And so Lauren, was just kind of walking around and resisting, but she just felt like it was, it was too difficult to resist anymore. And then like Reed gave her a shot of something. Was that the medicine that he's been taking? I was a little confused by that. I didn't know what it was, but he was saying that essentially he could help her. But I mean, the medicine is not gonna really do much for Lauren for a long period of time because it's starting to wear off for Reed. So I don't know what it was he gave her, but yeah, I just thought it was a really good episode. I'm looking forward to episode 14 to see what that one is all about. So anyway, guys, that's my recap, and that's pretty much the episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you share it with anyone else who's watching The Gifted Season 2. Also, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. And before you leave, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, you do that by hitting that red button below and hitting the bell next to it so you're notified when I do upload future videos. And again, you guys, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.